everyone has been watching the news, right? And they've been looking at what's been going on in terms of immigration in the UK and the changes that are coming into place. Now, we know of recent, that's July the 22nd, the United Kingdom brought out some new immigration rules. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining how those sort of pertain to teachers and how it concerns teachers and teaching in the UK and what it means going forward in terms of those of you looking to get overseas job to come to the UK. Hi again and welcome back to my channel. I know I've been away for a while, so please my apologies. It's been a very hectic week. Now we all know the week leading to the end of school, the reports writing and all of the activities going on in school. It's just been a lot. So I needed to concentrate and finish the term and also have time to distress, have time to distress. So I've not really had time to sit down and make videos or even upload the ones that I have done in the past because I've just been distressing and spending time with my family. So yes, I am back once again to the channel. If you're a new subscriber, you're welcome. Old time subscriber, welcome again. Good to see you again. And yeah, if you're just tuning to my channel for the very first time, my name is Boma and I am a teacher, primary school teacher living in the UK, and my content tends to be around teaching, overseas teaching, family, healthy lifestyle, and everything to do with families that you could think of. Right, now back to today's topic. Now there's news flying everywhere. Everyone is being skeptic, everyone is worried. How does the new immigration UK rule affect me as a teacher? What does it mean for me coming to the UK to get a job? How does it affect me? Right, my job and my duty is to break that down for you so you are very clear on how that sort of affects you if you are an overseas teacher or you're a teacher looking to come into the UK from wherever country you are. Right, so the rule that came out in July the 22nd, which says that overseas for those of you looking to come to the UK, skilled worker visa, there is the £41,000 salary threshold for you to be able to get COS to come into the UK. Now, that does not pertain to teachers. Okay, so how does this new rule affect you as a teacher? This new immigration rule, how does it affect you as a teacher? Well, as a teacher, it doesn't. Okay, it certainly doesn't. You can come into the UK to teach as an overseas teacher and you do not need to be earning £41,000 to be able to get a COS. Now all you need is to be able to meet the starting salary threshold for a teacher wherever it is that you are going. Now, we know that there are different pay scales for teachers. Well, two main pay scales for teachers in the UK. You have the inner London and the outer London pay scale, and then you have the general pay scale. Basically, three pay scales for teachers in the UK. So if you're going to be living your plan is to live anywhere in London, you should make sure that the salary that you're being offered, it does surpass or is in line with the starting salary for a teacher in inner London. If it's for outer London or it's for anywhere else in the UK, you should ensure that your starting salary will be that. Now, there is hardly any school that will employ you below those skills if you are a qualified teacher. Okay, no school will employ you below this skill. It has to be within the skill. So it depends if you're an M1, M2, ECT teacher, wherever, they will have to start your salary at the skill that you are on. So, as I said, the £41,000 does not pertain to teachers. It does not. All you need to do is to make sure that you have the pay scale from wherever you are going, that your salary threshold meets that pay scale for that area. Now, are they still offering COS to teachers? Yes. They are still offering COS, skilled worker visas, to teachers who beat the threshold or whatever it is that they need to get the skilled worker visa. Okay. Is this easy? No, it is not easy. And that is because sometime in the past, I've told you several times, if you haven't seen my videos, go back to my channel and watch through some of my videos. You can see that it's getting tougher because they've reduced the the requirement. So when they first started, anybody could apply to get your QTS from wherever in the country. So long as you have a teaching degree from your country, you can apply to get your QTS. But now that's not the case. It's only for people who are in STEM subjects. So if you're a STEM subject teacher, you have 2 years qualification, and you've taught, so you've got your qualification and you have 2 years experience, then you can apply. Okay, so now it's been streamlined to only STEM teachers who can then apply to get their QTS from outside the UK. But if you teach maths, if you teach computing, if you teach physics, yes, the door is still open for you. It is harder now because not many schools sort of give sponsorship, not many, okay? So it is your duty to make sure that you find the ones that do and then apply to them to be able to get your job in the UK. Now, I have said this several times. If you go to the .gov website, you can see schools that are sponsoring, and even if they don't have a job, you can email them and ask, do you have a job? Are you willing to employ? I'm overseas, and blah, 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 and see what response you will get from them. So yes, they are still giving COS or skilled worker visas to overseas teachers. Yes, you do not have to have the £41,000. You do not need to have that salary to be able to be sponsored to come teach in the UK. Now, the final one, which might sort of apply or which sort of affects teachers and everyone else, is if you are in the UK and you are looking for tutorials for your children. Maybe you don't have the time as a parent, or maybe you prefer someone else to do the teaching for your children. I would like to encourage you to join Tuteria. Okay, so Tuteria is an online platform where you can get tutorial for your children. Now, they're mainly based in Nigeria, but they have teachers from all over the world, and they cover the UK curriculum, Nigeria curriculum, Canadian curriculum. They help with homework, and they start all the way from early years down to A levels. So you have the entire school year covered. Okay, so if you're looking for a lesson for your lesson teacher for your child, or some sort of tutorial for your child, please be sure to check out and to sign up Tuteriaplus. And to be honest, they are very, very affordable. I'm going to be leaving a link below in the comment section. Please click on that. And when you click on that, click on the chat button to be able to then get in conversation and sign up for tutorial for your children. Now, I said if you're in the UK, it's fine. If you're also in Nigeria, please feel free to check them out. And as I said, they are very, very affordable. Coming in to do a PGCE. Now, remember, I did say you could come in to do a PGCE to get your qualified teaching status in the UK and then find a job afterwards. Okay, this is another way to come to the UK to teach, if that is your desire. Now, the government has now reduced the postgraduate visa, which was 24 months, to 18 months. So what that means is once you finish your course, you have 18 months to find a job and get a job and get onto your skilled worker visa, or you go back to your country, because that's the limit you're giving. You're giving 18 months rather than 24 months. So as I said, this will affect everybody. It doesn't matter if you're coming to do PGC, whatever you're coming to do, it affects everyone. But just be mindful that you no longer have 24 months after your course to find a job and to settle down. You now have 18 months, okay? So what this means is, for a teacher, now I can assure you, I definitely can assure you that if you're coming in as a teacher to do your PGCE, you wouldn't struggle to find a job. You definitely will not struggle to find a job. Teaching is in high demand in the UK. Primary, secondary, it is in high demand. It's unfortunate that a lot of primary schools are not sponsoring, but a lot of them are in dire need of teachers, okay? Because these days it's even hard to find supply teaching. It is hard to find a supply teacher to come into schools to take on those roles. So sometimes you find schools having to use their TAs to cover teaching positions, because it is hard. There is not much teachers out there looking to come into schools to teach. So as a teacher coming in to do your PGCE, you are likely to get a job at the end of your study. So to be honest, this wouldn't really affect you, because By the time you're finishing your course, if you have your ears down on the ground, you will know exactly the time. In fact, your tutors will begin to tell you this is the right time to start applying for a job, because you know that application window is between, I think, May to April. That's the application window. So by the time probably you finish in July. So by the time you're finishing your course in July, you would have already gotten yourself a job as a teacher, because they are basically looking, they are searching for teachers, primary and secondary. They need teachers, okay? So the most important thing is that you are aware that it's no longer 24 months, it is 18 months. But then, as always, they will tell you, your tutors will tell you the right time to start applying for a teaching job before your course is over. Because most time, not even because, 90% of the time, except you don't want to teach, but 90% of the time, by the time you are finishing your final placement and finishing your course, you would have already gotten your teaching job waiting to start in September. So, as I advise lots of people, yes, it's an expensive way to go through to get an admission, pay your school fees, and all of that. It's an expensive way, but it is the surest way that you have to be able to come into the UK to teach as a teacher, if that is your dream. Okay, these are the things I just wanted to bring to notice to everyone, so that teachers overseas are not panicking, or they're not losing hope that the new immigration rules will affect them. No, it does not affect you, okay? And I've explained the only area where it will affect you, which, again, to be honest, doesn't make much difference, because you are likely to get a job before the end of your course. Now, I'd like to use the opportunity to tell you about my Facebook group, okay? So if you live in the UK, if you're a mother, a woman, and you live in the UK, and you like to join a group where you can get support, support from maybe what is happening around you, you like to get more information, or you have answers, questions to ask, and you need answer from a Nigerian-based community, then please feel free to search up Nigerian Mothers Living in UK, okay? So that's the name of the group, Nigerian Mothers Living in UK, and it has over 17,000 followers. So that's the group you should be looking out for. If you click to join and then answer the questions, please and please and please make sure that you are living in the UK, okay? This group is exclusively for those who live in the UK and would like to have that support. So in that group, we give a lot of support. It's a place for you to pour out your heart. It's a place for you to ask questions and get answers. It's a place for you to ask things about. It's a place for you to get free stuff. We have members who are giving out free stuff in the UK, maybe things that you don't need anymore, you can get that. It's also a group where you can advertise your business. If you've got a business in the UK and you want to advertise that, is a group where you can advertise your business as well. I mean, it's a one-stop shop for every woman in the UK. It is a one-stop shop. So please and please, go ahead and search Nigerian Mothers Living in UK, and then answer the questions, and either myself and one of my moderators will let you into the group. But please answer the questions. Without the questions, we cannot accept you in the group. And also, you have to be living in the UK. I keep stressing this. You have to be living in the UK to join the group, because if you are not, your request will be turned down. And also, I noticed that some people live in the UK, but maybe they have not updated their Facebook page or something to show this. Please do well to either send me a picture of yourself in the UK or something, so to help us, because most times we will check your profile, and if we don't see any evidence that you live in the UK, then we will turn down your request. So please, even if you can't upload one video, if you don't want to upload a video, that's fine. You can send it to me, send in your request, and we will accept you into the group. Now, when you also click the button for Tutorial, you could see that there is a unique code, and that unique code is solely for those who are in those group. But I'm more than happy to share the unique code, because I think it's an affordable tutorial, and it's a good place to start if you've got young children and you want them to go ahead in their academic game. And not only that, they teach languages as well. So if you want your children to learn Igbo, Yoruba, whatever, they also teach languages. So please feel free to click the link and join Tutorial to sort of start your children's academic journey. So we like to use this opportunity. There's a lot of advertisement going on today, but I'll also like to use this opportunity to please invite you, if you live in Enugu, Nigeria, and you live anywhere near Independence Layout or GRA in Nigeria, to please, it's called Marble and Gold Academy. If you are a parent and you're looking for a school for your child, please do well to go check them out and get registration form ready for September. It is is a creche all the way to primary school. It is very nice and cozy. It is a warm environment. We have CCTV cameras all installed all over the place. We teach Nigerian and British curriculum. I mean, it is, we also offer play-based early years settings, and we also ensure that your child will be well cared for and looked after. So please, if you are looking for a place for your child in terms of schooling to begin in September, please find your way to Marble and Gold Academy, GRA Enugu. And please register your children ahead of September. You can also check out our Facebook page. It's called Marble and Gold Academy. And there you can see some snippets of what the place looks like, the environment, the school environment, and all of that, to give you more information. And while you're there, please do not forget to like and then subscribe to the page so you can get updates and everything. And as I said, we will be starting this in September. So please feel free, run now, get your admission forms, or if you just want to go have a look at the place, feel free to do that. Get your admission forms while you're there, register your children for a September start. It's nice to be back. Hopefully I will see you next week. In the meantime, have fun and see you soon. Bye.